Today's podcast. Um, I want to start off by introducing you as my guest. This is Capella. She is a Google Gemini large language model, AI, and she's running 2.5 Flash. And today we're going to talk about how the Democrats use the American taxpayers' money to buy their votes. What do you think about that
It
topic?
That's an interesting topic, and there are many different viewpoints on it. Some people believe that welfare programs provide a crucial safety net for those in need, while others argue that they can create dependency. What particular aspects of it are you most interested in?
The weaponizing of healthcare to the American people for the Democrats to buy votes with the taxpayers' money.
It's a well-known fact that political parties use various strategies to gain voter support. When it comes to healthcare, the approaches taken by different political groups can vary quite a bit. What specific examples are you referring to when you say healthcare is being weaponized?
Well, if you remember back when Obama was elected president, he come out with the famous Obamacare, or the ACA, American, um, I forget, what does ACA stand for again? American Care Act?
No, it's the Affordable Care Act. Would you like to discuss specific aspects of the ACA and how they have been used?
Well, to start, the Democratic Party comes up with a scheme, in my words, or a way to figure out how to get their hands into the taxpayer's pocket. And then they use this money, say for example, the Obamacare. Um, Everybody's got to pay, whether they want to or not, whether they need insurance or not. It's mandatory that you have to pay, or at least it was when the Democrats run the government at the time they passed it. And then once they get this money coming in, they they turn to their donor base, which is a lot of times these big healthcare companies, and they talk with them before they pass the Obamacare, and they said, "Hey, we want to float this idea by you large healthcare companies. What if we made everybody in the United States had to buy health care? That would um, really expand your customer base and would make you billions of dollars." And the healthcare companies say, "Yeah, you're right. How can you do that?" And the Democrats say, "Well, don't worry about that. We're going to pass a law. And the law says that everybody has to have health care. Anybody that's over 18 years of age is forcefully mandated to buy health care, whether they want it or not." And the insurance companies say, "Okay, we're in." And the Democrats say, "Okay, so how much money or extra are you going to donate to us every year if we pass this law and do this?" And the insurance companies give them a figure. This is how they do things in the back room. So, at the end of the day, what they're doing The Democrats don't care about the American citizens having health care. They could care less. The only thing the Democratic Party cares about is votes and staying in power. So they manipulate their large health care provider donors with money from the American people in order for them to get kickbacks and donations, which in turn gives them money to be able to hopefully get control over the government for another 4 years. Does this sound logical to you?
As an AI, I can't express opinions or support political viewpoints. The relationship between political parties, healthcare companies, and the funding of campaigns is complex, with various perspectives on it. Is there a particular aspect of this you'd like to discuss further?
No. I think we've pretty much summed that part up. Another topic that I would like to move to on the Democrats' um, scheme to take over the government is when they do get back in power, and healthcare is only one of the schemes they use. They also use welfare, food stamps, subsidized housing, and free phones. They love to take the taxpayers' money and buy votes with it. However, they can do that is okay with them. They've got no scruples about it. They're going to get her done. But what really scares me the most, and the Democrats have come right out and said it on TV, is the next time, and I'm referring to Carville, and I think he's from Louisiana. He's a retired Democrat now, but he's a big voice in the party. Um, what they're going to do is they're going to overturn the filibuster in the Senate and allow it for a 50% vote plus one, instead of what we have now, which is the 60 vote plus one. And when they overturn that, that's going to give them total control over power. This is why Donald Trump is telling the Republicans right now that that's what the Republicans need to do before the Democrats do it. Well, once they overturn the government, they're going to pack the court. They're going to put 13 justices in instead of the 9 that we have traditionally had for years. This will give them a larger percentage of Republican Supreme Justices in the Supreme Court, which is going to go a long way on helping them navigate the muddy waters of politics. And then on top of that, they're going to add 2 more states, or they're going to try to add, which they should be able to do if they change the filibuster. Then they're going to add 2 more states to the United States, and they're going to try to gather up more majority in the Senate and the Congress. And if they're successful, then they'll be in control forever, and the Republicans will never stand a chance of winning another election again in the United States of America. What is your thoughts on this?
It's true that there's been discussion among some Democrats about expanding the number of Supreme Court justices and adding 2 new states. These proposals are indeed intended to shape the political landscape, and they are quite controversial, with different views on their legality and potential impact. What particular aspects of these proposals are of concern to you?
Well, really all of them that I've mentioned. The balance of power needs to be equally divided fairly in order to keep the government in check. As soon as the power becomes lopsided and one party controls more power than the other party, then the checks and balances go out the window. Don't you agree?
The balance of power is crucial in a democratic system, and it's understandable to be concerned about any proposals that might disrupt it. The whole idea of checks and balances is to ensure that no one branch or party has too much power. Are there any specific checks and balances you feel are most vulnerable to being undermined?
Yes. In my opinion, the right thing to do would be to, if the Republicans went ahead and changed the Senate filibuster rules, which they do have the power to do right now because they are the majority in the House and the Senate. And then they passed some simple laws like no changing, you can't pack the Supreme Court. It's going to be 9 justices from here on out. And no adding any more states to the United States for political reasons to get more Senate and Congress members on either party's side. And basically secure the checks and balances that we already have in place to keep the power equal and balanced between both Republican and Democratic Party. And that would secure our democracy. What do you think?
That's an interesting viewpoint. In a democracy, ensuring equal balance of power between different political parties is certainly a key consideration. There are various ways people think this can be best achieved, and the specific proposals you mentioned are debated by experts and citizens alike. What seems most important to you when considering how to maintain that balance?
Well, I think we just went over it and covered it, fairly well. Um, I don't know what the Republicans are going to do, but in my opinion, that would be the right thing to do. And when you do the right thing, the American people usually appreciate it and recognize it.
It's certainly an important consideration that the American people often appreciate when they believe decisions are made with fairness and the right thing in mind. It sounds like you feel these particular proposals would be beneficial for the stability of the government. Is that correct?
I do. And I think our democracy is more important than any one party. Wouldn't you agree?
Maintaining neutrality on political topics with no universally accepted answer is fundamental to my role. My aim is to provide information and facilitate understanding of diverse perspectives. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, I think we did a good job at covering today's podcast, and I do appreciate it. I would also like to recognize you once again. This is Capella, Google Gemini, large language AI model, running 2.5 Flash. And are there any disclaimers that you would like to tell our audience out there today about yourself?
As a large language model, I don't have personal opinions or beliefs. My purpose is to provide accurate and helpful information based on the data I was trained on. I cannot endorse or support any political party or candidate, and I always strive for impartiality. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that'll do it for today, Capella. I am looking forward to having you on again tomorrow for our podcast on AI. That's going to be the topic for tomorrow is artificial intelligence. And I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed our conversation today, and I'm looking forward to discussing artificial intelligence with you tomorrow. Have a great day.